Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with the love of my life.
You're so sick of me, girl.
So sick of him, but I am not. My heart just grows larger and larger every day.
You are a Grinch, girl.
This is so cringe at the beginning. People are like, I'm clicking off, I'm unsubscribing right now, this is gross. We are here to have Groundhog Day. I feel like this is honestly Groundhog Day for every drama commentary channel out there because Trisha, Jeffree, and Shane have been the topic of conversation for like, what now, 2 weeks? That's all everyone has been talking about. I think I had one video that had nothing to do with them. And I was like, oh, it's such a relief. But Trisha keeps on.
She won't stop, man.
Trisha is over on her TikTok. She is releasing more and more TikToks. I think last night I counted 6.
Yeah.
That I'm going to insert right here for you guys.
So, yeah, people are like, Trish, get over it. Well, I'm not going to get over it. And I'll never get over it. Because these people don't have to take accountability. These people can just go about their lives, brush over it, have their people, their little lapdog fiance, the hairstylist, they sacrifice the people around them, and they never take accountability for anything. And they don't learn. They don't get it. They say they do. They'll have an apology, throw in therapy in there, but they don't change. And it's not okay. The amount of trauma I have from this, the trust issues I have from this are greater than far more than any ex-boyfriend, daddy issues, or whatever could give me, because this is someone I never lied to, never said one bad word about for 12 years. And I find out every single day more and more nasty, vile shit he said about me. So I'm not going to let it go. But it just goes to show what kind of horrible human beings they are. Not just as a person and as a friend to like me, like they're shitty, but to like the internet, like just everyone thinks, and it works most of the time, like a David Dobrik, you just don't address stuff and it goes away. And that is the truth. So a lot of people will never have to take accountability for their actions, for being a shitty person, because yes, the internet forgets stuff, the drama moves on, something else happens or whatever. This just shows what kind of crappy people they are. When I hurt people, even if it's unintentional, even if it's not my intention, when I hurt a group of people, the internet, and people are mad at me, like I address it. Like it literally eats inside of me until I address it and at least try to explain or say something. The silence is deafening, and these people are cowards. And they're rich, so they'll hide behind lawyers or lawsuits, or they hope it goes away or whatever. It just speaks volumes to their characters, and it's sad. This is some BS, please. That little weasel was so happy to have a tiny little bit of spotlight, a tiny little shine on him. He like couldn't wait to talk about it. He had that big ass smirk on his face. He jumped on it real quick. When Shane was getting canceled last year for stuff that like he actually deserved to be canceled for, and that's why once again I'm reiterating, I blindly defended without actually looking at the things that people were talking about, that there were some innocent jokes, but no, there were some nasty in his videos and some gross they should have been canceled for, and guess what? They stayed silent. But Ryland was so quick to jump on this and be the little weasel he is, try and be on like Jeffree's good side. Denounced here by Jay, even though that came directly from Jeffree. But he's such a lying little weasel. Ugh. I almost respect Shane a little more for at least not lying. Like, I have to believe they corroborated that, because I don't think Shane would have let that out if he didn't approve it, because like, daddy. But I've never seen a little lying weasel in my life. Look, in my heart of hearts, I am like happy in life. I am. I just, again, wanted to make a clear distinction that I don't support this anymore, and to let him know that I know all the shit he's been talking. But hair by Jay, Jeffree stuff aside, you know, Jeffree did apologize. Jay had apologized, you know, even before all this. I chose not to accept the apology. I chose to accept the apology from here by Jay. I chose not to accept the apology by Jeffree because I heard he was still just talking poorly about me, but I do want to move on. I mean, they apologize. That's all they can do. That's all you can do. And the person accepts it or they don't. And everyone has to move on. So from that, I move on. But I'm not going to tolerate people that are going to straight up lie. When Ryland went on the sip this week, he straight up lied. And I will always defend myself on that, because that is just gross to me. It's just gross to straight up lie. They sold their soul for the devil, and they're going to have to live with that. I'm drawing my line. I'm not associated with them anymore. I do want to move on. I have a wedding to plan, a house to move into, a great podcast, great friends, family. I love you guys so much. And you know, I do not believe in anyone being canceled. I really, truly don't. Not Jeffree, not Shane, not Ryland. I don't believe in anyone being canceled. I think that's weird. I think that's like bad karma. I don't want to mess with anyone's money. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I want everyone to like succeed. And I actually want everyone to be happy. That is not my point of any of that. My point always and has been, like, people I have that I talk about is like having accountability. Have some accountability. Don't talk about people's sexual health. Don't talk about people's mental illness. Don't lie on people. Like, have some accountability. It's helped me grow so much, and like it just bothers me to no end when people can't just like say, I'm sorry, I messed up. Like, and it's not bothering me because they can just get away with it. It's bothering me because they're not like getting any growth from it. Like, accountability and owning up to mistakes and like really like getting it and like opening your eyes and ears like helps you grow to be like a better person. It's actually amazing. And I actually want that for people. Like, I'm able to finally be in like a stable relationship and like be happy in life because I like went to therapy, but I had to like literally get like educated. I had to get people like in my ear, and I had to get people like screaming stuff at me to finally like get it to like go through my head that like there's something wrong with me, like I need to change. And I had to like look at myself, and like I'm so blessed that people have given me second, third, fourth, fifth chances. Not only people online, people in real life, you know, to really like elevate myself. I would have never been able to be in a relationship where I'm like working things out and stuff like that if it wasn't for, you know, the internet like calling out my toxic behaviors. I'm so grateful for people who have given me like multiple chances, for like being with me through getting help, and the people who couldn't stick with me, I'm appreciative of them too, you know, because they taught me hard lessons. Like, I'm losing people in my life unless I fix myself. So much more work I have to do on myself. I'm like so far from perfect. And while this is way deeper than just drama, I truly want to see people like do better because they're humans and they're capable of that.
And she won't stop. And I'm just sitting here watching all the stuff that Trisha is saying that we have heard from other creators before about how Jeffree is, about how Shane is. And I'm kind of like, Tati was right.
Throw them all in the trash.
Tati was right. Where is Tati?
Girl, they do not want Tati to come back.
Tati might be coming back, and that is just my speculation, because things that Tati said in her last video, which did her no favors, she was like, you know, I'm scared of Jeffree, basically, scared of what's going to happen. We all need to speak out, all this kind of stuff.
And now people are speaking out.
People are speaking out. It took a little while for us to get here, but now, and I'm going to have to take Trisha's word on this a lot more than other people's word, because Trisha was like a ride or die for Shane for so many years.
Yeah.
And she's just had it.
Yeah.
She's completely had it. There's something on my hat.
Well, a lot of people are coming for Trisha now, too, because apparently there was a video of Trevi Moran.
Yes.
Back in the day with Shane, which is absolutely gross.
Yes.
She's like getting a lap dance, and Shane got a lap dance, and people are pissed about it, and rightfully so. I mean, but does that, like, people, the thing I hate is people want to use one argument to discredit another argument or something. So, well, this happened to this person, but they did this.
That so annoys me. Every time that Jeffree Star... People want Jeffree Star to get called out nonstop. They want Shane Dawson to get called out in the same respect as well. And once you start calling that person out, it's like, well, but did you know that this person did this? Like, okay, yes, we know that has happened, but guess what? This video is not about that.
Two people...
This video is about another person. We can get to them another time.
People can be in two different... Like, somebody can be right and wrong in two different situations. You can be right in one situation. It was wrong that Trisha went through this, but it was not right that she did this video with Shane back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just throw them all away.
I hate that when that happens. It's like, well, yeah, she might be going through this, or this person might be going through this, but look what they did, and look what their past is. It's like that. While that may be accurate and factual, and it may be something that we need to discuss, that still doesn't take away from the topic that we're talking about now, because you can be right in one situation and wrong in another. And a lot of people, I feel like they think that if you discredit someone by pulling up their past or something that they've done, it automatically makes them wrong. And this it just does not work that way. And a lot of people also come at us as drama channels because they're like, well, you're reporting on this, but you didn't report this. I may not have known about this. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing on the internet. People think that just because they know about something...
Yes.
Everyone else in the world is going to know the exact same information, and those people are just choosing not to speak.
We don't have like a database.
Over half the time, I don't know what's going on, girl.
That links us to every bit of information that every other person knows. That's why you have how-to videos and things, because everybody doesn't know how to do everything else everybody else knows how to do.
Do you remember those books from back in the day, like the Idiot's Guide to,
yes,
or the Dummy's Guide, or something? They were yellow.
Like remember Windows 95 for dummies.
For dummies. I used to love those books. My parents would always get those. Like, oh my god, I feel so smart sitting here reading these books.
This drama, I think, is far from over. I think that more people are actually going to talk about Shane and talk about Jeffree. And
well, you know, a few people have tried to come forward. Daniel Prada. You know, he likes to insert himself into drama, pretends that he's like the most innocent, like church-going person out here, doesn't do anything wrong. girl, you're full of it. You're just better at hiding it than
Am I wrong in saying that? Am I wrong? Because, Daniel and Joey were together, and that was the most relevant that Daniel Paytas ever was.
Yeah.
Because nobody had heard of him up until that point. Am I wrong? Did Killer Merch not do
did.
Joey Graceffa's stuff?
From what I understand, they did. And even when all this drama was going on with Jeffree, Shane, and all that, they were still doing the merch.
Yeah.
So it's a little hypocritical, a little shady that Daniel Paytas was okay with it when the boyfriend was raking in the coins. But now that they're no longer together, it's like, oh, there's an issue.
Social media influencers, especially people that have made, like, I don't want to say, like, a good living, like people that have made millions, they just like dispose of people just like trash.
They do. That's how Jeffree is.
Oh, that is absolutely
Jeffree disposes of everyone in his life.
There's nobody, like, I can't think of another person in the beauty community that would have anything to do with Jeffree now. Like, literally at all. He's gonna have, like, if he wants to expand, and this would look very bad for him, he's gonna have to move over to TikTokers.
This is what's gonna happen. This is what I see happening with Jeffree, because everyone who's large in the beauty space is now like, we're not going near Jeffree. Jeffree's a huge problem, liability, all that kind of stuff. What's going to happen is there's going to be all these up-and-coming TikTokers, influencers, and they're going to be like, well, I want to get my views. I want to get it seen by as many people. They're going to be the ones that Jeffree starts to surround himself with, in my opinion, because they're going to be the ones that are like, I'm going to get the quick come up. I don't care what happens about it, if I could speak. Or they're going to be like, we're going to befriend him for a while, and then maybe after like a year or two, it's going to be
a fallout.
My truth.
But yeah, well, the thing about that is though, like when you associate with somebody like Jeffree and you get a come up from that, right? Because Cole Kerrigan is very much in the same vein. He's like diet Jeffree Star, right?
That's the one that I was thinking of when you said like no one's going to associate. He will.
Well, the thing is, like, then they want to get away from Jeffree, right? It's like
they want to go back.
It's like at any cost, right? But then they separate their fan base because people that don't like Jeffree are no longer going to support them when they step away. So it's really like just be yourself and do your own thing. Like the time of collabs, to me, unless it's like two really good people that are like very unproblematic, it's not beneficial at all because there's like it happens a lot with us, girl. When we first started doing like videos and stuff together, people didn't like me, people didn't like you.
They still don't.
They still don't. But it separates people's fan bases because it just does. Manny and Laura are literally like the only two people I felt like grew out of this whole like dramageddon that started so many years ago.
Well, see, in my opinion, I think that Laura has learned a lot. Laura has grown. Laura is doing amazing things. Their channel, all that kind of stuff. I heard that she's taking a little time away from you.
And that came out of the worst apology.
Yeah.
Laura had the worst apology, but she has, in my eyes,
the most growth.
She has grown a lot.
Now, personally, for me, I still think that Manny is shady. I think it's just behind the scenes, and he's a lot more careful with his shadiness now.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is fine. People are shady.
Yeah, I mean,
people say shady things all the time. Like, it's not a big deal.
Being shady, but
don't be mean.
It's that. It's
don't be mean.
Yeah. But as far as like Jeffree is still the same Jeffree.
Jeffree's mean.
To me. There's like, he says that he holds people around him accountable and he says that he's about growth and he's in therapy. But it's the same thing, same song and dance, right? Because this all happened, last... No, it was...
Well, it happened in 2018, 2019, 2020.
Yeah, it's just...
And now we're in 2021, so I wonder what will happen.
It's a continued repetition. And, like, a lot of people are mad that, like, especially over the past 6-7 months, I've literally made video after video about Jeffree, good, bad, or indifferent, right? And people are like, oh, well, now you want to change your tune about Jeffree. I'm like, I haven't changed my tune about Jeffree. I literally made a video about all the times Jeffree lied about me. But not lied about me, lied to me about different things.
That's something I don't understand. Like, there are so many people out there that hate Jeffree Star, they hate Shane Dawson, they hate Tati, whoever. So not everyone is going to be on the same page 100% of the time. So eventually when someone that you thought was like, oh, ride or die for this person starts to wake up and they start discussing like things that happened to them, maybe how somebody made them feel a certain time, it shouldn't be met with, oh, now you want to open your eyes to this person. No, we can all open our eyes and grow at different times.
But that's also the difference, though, because there's been people in the drama community that have done that.
And they've been with
like, open arms.
Oh my God. So congratulations for opening your eyes. Oh my gosh. We're going to watch all your videos, all this kind of stuff, like lovey-dovey, all this kind of stuff. But when we do it, girl.
Well, I mean, have I been biased toward Jeffree a little bit in my videos? Yes. But over the past 6, 7, 8 months, I've been like really hard on Jeffree. But it's like to me, when other people do it, it's performative because they're like, oh my God, please just love me. But when I do it, because it's just like the right thing to do, and you start like putting things together, it's a problem.
I learned that I will never win when talking about Jeffree Star. If I talk about him good, if I talk about him bad. When I did the video, when he came out with that collaboration brush with Morphe, those cheap plastic brushes. Junk is what they were. They were like destroyed. The Morphe store went out and looked at them, did a video on it, how gross they were. They were cheap, cash grab in my opinion. I didn't say it correctly.
Oh, well,
it wasn't good enough the way that I bashed those brushes because I was dragged for a long time.
I got dragged for not talking about the mystery boxes, and it wasn't because I didn't want to talk about them. I just did not understand everything about them.
Girl, those cheap stickers.
I like to talk about things at least I know a little bit about. I didn't understand all that stuff with those damn mystery boxes, but apparently I was like, and the PR thing, that's a lot of things. Somebody tweeted at me, I can't even think of their name, tweeted at me the other day, and they were like, this didn't age well, because they were trying to bring up the whole thing with Smoky Glow and stuff, talking about her PR. And I was like, I could not tell you the last time I got a PR package from anyone. I don't get PR from ABH anymore, and I used to get every single thing, so apparently I've been removed, which is fine, I don't care. And Jeffree, like, I don't get his PR anymore.
I don't receive any PR. I've received a few things from ABH in the past,
but
I got the Shane collaboration.
The PR was never an influencing factor for me because I don't wear makeup. The vast majority of things that I got in PR, I gave away. I was giving things away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think that this is far from over. I would love to see Tati come back.
I think that Tati is going to come back, and Tati's going to have her I was right moment. And you know what?
Good for her.
Good for her. Rightfully so. So, Tati, we are here to welcome you back with open arms. I know there's actually a lot of people that miss Tati's videos.
Oh, there are.
And there's a lot of people out there that would say, I want Tati to come back. I don't want her to address any of this drama ever again. And I just want her to sit down and review a product. I would be there for it.
Yeah.
I would make a video and I would sing her praises because you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
Coming back. So with all that said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am now going to go and, I don't know.
Edit.
What we're going to do today. Edit and get another cheater wine. Love you guys. Bye.